Good morning, goeiemorgen, molweni nonke, Abshin, Dumelang. People don't greet in this country anymore. Good morning all.
Good morning.
My name is Trevor Manuel. I'm the Chancellor. I'm here with you in this great celebration this morning. It's a celebration. Let's not be sad. We're celebrating the achievements of those whom we love. And so it's a celebration, but to celebrate and to recognize their achievements, we've got to comply with the law. The law says, I must say, by the powers vested in me, I hereby convene this assembly of the Cape University of Technology. Now that I've done that, we can proceed, but remember, it's a celebration. We aren't here to be sad. It's a celebration. So let's enjoy the privilege of celebrating with those who achieved so much with the support of their families. Thank you very much.
You may be seated.
Good morning. I want us to stand up once again and observe a moment of silence. I want us to remember Mr. Savieras' self, who passed on yesterday, 18th September. Savieras has been associated with CPUT for over 33 years. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you. You may be seated. In welcoming all of you, I want to extend a special word of welcome to our Chancellor, Dr. Trevor Manuel. He is so fastidious of coming to join the celebration. And I always tell the graduates that when you go and kneel in front of him, do it properly so that you can get a very good picture with him. Because you never know. You never know. Next 10 years, he may become something. And you know, I say, I know this man. I was with him in the graduation ceremony. A special word of welcome to our members of council. I think they are very, very busy people, but they joined us so that they can witness this wonderful celebration that I think we have. Welcome, members of council. All our distinguished guests, and our special guest today, our guest speaker, Mr. Robertson. I think it was a few weeks ago that I met him for the first time. So when his name came up, I just knew the kind of person that we're going to get for the guest speaker. Members of staff, welcome. Parents, friends, and most important of all, you, our graduates. Good morning and welcome on this very joyous occasion, at which we celebrate the success of all those who will be graduating today. This is indeed a very special day for all of you. It represents the culmination of years of study, hard work, and sacrifice. Sacrifices not only on the part of you, the graduates, but also of your parents, your partners, and family members who provided financial and moral support throughout your period of study. So this ceremony as our Chancellor said, represents a celebration of collective effort of all who contributed to our achievements. Today, we're holding the 2 September graduation ceremonies of Cape Peninsula University of Technology. Ceremonies that we introduced for the first time in 2008. And they are intended primarily to allow students who complete their program study at the end of the first semester so that they don't have to wait until next year. And also for postgraduate students who submit their thesis after the deadline of graduation for the April graduation ceremony. So this is intended to provide an opportunity for students who have completed and fulfilled all their requirements to come and graduate rather than wait the following year. At today's ceremonies, we'll be awarding 653 diplomas and degrees. And amongst you, we have 39 master's degrees and 5 doctoral degrees. The large number of postgraduate qualifications that we are awarding today bears testimony to the fact that we are making great strides in advancing research and innovation at the university. We currently have 7 research niche areas which are funded both by the institution and the National Research Foundation. And we have a number of research projects which are funded by the Department of Science and Technology and other outside companies and agencies. In November 23, 2013, CPUT, this university of yours, launched its CUBE satellite and named it Tshepiso. I've been reliably informed that Tshepiso, the baby born and bred from the walls of this institution, is still orbiting the space and sending data to our ground station. This makes us very proud, as it is the only university in Africa that has successfully launched, built the CUBE satellite, which is still in space. Others have tried them. Within 3 weeks, they crashed. Ours is still orbiting. Recently, our advanced manufacturing students team returned from the United Kingdom, where they participated in an international student Formula One race. They informed me that this year they moved 20 places. From number 65, they came to number 45. By the way, CPUT, it is the only African university to participate in the race. What is significant is that the car which they drove and the person power who were racing, all of them were designed and built at CPUT. And we want to congratulate our students for making us very, very proud. Last year, the university received more than 100 million rand from government agencies to establish one of its kind, the South African Renewable Energy Technology Center. Next year when you come, you'll see a very big building towards the west, part of Bellville campus. We hope that this building, this center will be operational next year. This will be the only national center in Africa where capacity related to renewable energy industry will be developed. So we're very proud that the government of our own country has chosen this institution to host that center. In order to consolidate research and innovation and continue on the great work already underway, the university, from its own resources, has approved funding for 5 new research chairs. We sincerely hope that the appointment of these research chairs will change the face of research at CPUT. Cape Peninsula University of Technology, as we know it, is currently the largest university in the Western Cape. You are part of over 33,000 students. But what is important is that we're really cosmopolitan. We have students from all over the country and all over the world. We have a very large contingent of students from Africa. I'm told that if you look at countries, we have more than 70 countries represented at CPUT. Our vision is that to be at the heart of technology, education, and innovation in Africa. And we believe that through technology and innovation, we'll be able to address the critical challenges which are related to economic and social development, both around the province, nationally, and continentally. As alumni of the institution, we hope you also commit to this mission. It's very important. As alumni of the institution, we hope that you also commit to this mission. Many of you will go on to occupy very influential positions in commerce, in industry, and in the public sector. But we sincerely hope that you will not forget where you come from. You will not forget the communities which built you, which made you, and you also not forget CPUT. We hope that you will use your special skills and your influence to put something back into those communities, to put something back into CPUT, and to help develop the communities and to help develop CPUT. I always say in my speech that you are very well aware that for you to graduate, you needed to have a work placement. So for today, if 465 of you create one work placement for a CPUT student, just one, not more than one, just one, I'm sure we'll address the challenge that your other fellow students are facing. I think together with you, you will help us realize our goal of creating futures, not only for our students, but also for a broader society as well. We hope that you will continue to support this university and that your further professional development will automatically take place within the walls of CPUT. With the rapid pace of technological change, it will become imperative that you continue to upgrade your knowledge and skills on a regular basis. And we hope that we at CPUT will also have a role to play in your lifelong learning. We know that our alumni are our greatest ambassadors. That is why your success is so important to us. We are proud of what we have achieved thus far and sincerely hope that we have helped you to place you on a trajectory that will lead you to even greater success in the future. Congratulations once again on your fine achievements. We salute you as graduate of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology and wish you a continued success and everything of the best for your future. Thank you. For the first time, you realize that we have an interpreter in sign language. At least if you want to learn something new, this means clapping. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker this morning, Mr. Freddie Robertson. Mr. Robertson was born in District 6. I hope, I don't know whether I can say the years, in 1954, where he spent most of his childhood and teen years. He lived there until the vibrant community was forcibly evicted and relocated to all over the Cape Flats. After completing his schooling, he embarked on a career in education and then started working as in the insurance industry as a broker. He started working as a broker at Old Mutual. In 1990, he got tired of working for somebody. He started his own business, which is called Com Life Holdings, a one-man insurance brokerage, which eventually grew into an integrated group with interest in insurance, investment, asset management, and property. He got tired of working for somebody. He started a new company for himself. In 1995, Mr. Robertson co-founded Brimstone Investment Corporation Limited and is currently executive chairperson of Brimstone. In 1997, Fred co-founded African Harvest Limited. He is a current leading figure in the South African business community, having gained experience on the national and international business stage. Mr. Robertson is a director of Remgrow Limited, Aon Re Africa Proprietary Limited, Savings and Investment Association of South Africa, ASISA, and also a director at Old Mutual Life Assurance Company, Ltd, South Africa. Fred is the chairman of Lion of Africa Insurance Company Limited, Lion of Africa Life Assurance Company Limited, Sea Harvest Holding Proprietary Limited, and House of Monarchic Proprietary Limited. I think without any fear of contradiction, I can say Mr. Robertson is one of the very, very successful industrialists to emerge from the Western Cape. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Robertson to deliver his address.
Chancellor Dr. Trevor Manuel. Ladies and gentlemen, I've known him for a very, very long time. It's the first time I can call him Dr. Trevor Manuel. Chairperson of Council and all the Council members, Vice Chancellor Dr. Prince Nevatulu, members of the Executive Management, Deans, Professors, Lecturers, staff members, administrative and academic, students, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, graduates, good morning. It is a great honor and privilege to address you at this September graduation of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. I thank the University and the Vice-Chancellor for the invitation. At the outset, I must tell you I have been briefed to speak about and give advice to you, the graduates, to speak about our 20 years of democracy, and to also tell you a bit about myself. I would like, as the Vice-Chancellor has already done, but let me also congratulate the graduates, their parents and the guardians, and the lecturers for the hard work and sacrifices without which this occasion would not have taken place. Please give yourselves a round of applause. A graduation ceremony is the outcome of every student's academic pursuit. It is more importantly a time to reflect on one's achievements and the future of one's life and career. As you graduate today, please take time to thank those who have stood by you. Your teachers, your lecturers, parents, business, family, friends, and even your peers. This graduation is about yourself, yes, but it is also about the people around you. It is about your success, and it's also their success. The graduation features graduates receiving diplomas, degrees from the faculties of Applied Sciences, Business, Education and Social Sciences, Informatics and Design, and Health and Wellness Sciences. Reflecting over the past decade alone, your university has graduated more than 75,000 students. No doubt a remarkable feat. Your university makes a significant contribution in building intellectual, technical, and academic capacity and skills for South Africa and our neighboring countries. The Cape Peninsula University of Technology remains in the forefront of providing quality and relevant education and training. Education and training we can all be proud of. We are proud of the many alumni from this wonderful institution who have made and continue to make their mark in the private and public sectors of our country and far beyond our borders. The graduates who have passed through this university and through the hands of highly qualified and dedicated staff responsible for teaching, mentoring, counseling, and giving guiding research. So today is also a celebration, as has been said, a celebration of all the hard work of all your academic and administration staff. Please give us a round of applause to thank him and thank this university for their contribution. This year, 2014, celebrates 20 years of democracy. A celebration of the dream of our leaders like Albert Lutuli, Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Govan Mbeki, Red September, Dalla Umar, Johnny Issel, Ashley Kriel, Dulcie September, but to mention a few. And there are many, many other stalwarts who may not even have lived to see the realization of this great dream. It is 20 years since we first stood in a long and winding queues to cast our vote. We heralded our wonderful democracy, and later the adoption of a world-class constitution. The nation celebrated as we excelled in sport on the world stage. You will remember that we hosted the Rugby World Cup, and in fact won it right here in South Africa. We hosted the Cricket World Cup, and in 2010, the Soccer World Cup. The world celebrated our successes. We recount the many victories of our great nation over the past 20 years. Yet, the journey has just started. As Nelson Mandela said, after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. There are many challenges out there. Many of our people still live in poverty, homelessness, and joblessness. Our education system seems to have slipped and gone backward. And our youth seem to be without direction and purpose. But this great nation has a resolve and perseverance that stands us all in good stead. We do not have any boundaries to achievement. The only real boundaries that you and I have are the limits that we put on ourselves. Peter Drucker, the noted management guru, referred some 40 years ago to a sea of change in our society. He demonstrated that we are moving from a protective and cozy employee society towards a more challenging and demanding entrepreneurial society. A society driven by technology. This does not mean that everybody is an entrepreneur. But what it means is that wherever you stand, whether you're an employee, an employer, a teacher, a doctor, Wherever you are, you have to act in an entrepreneurial spirit. It means that the social compact is challenging and you must take responsibility and lead from where you are. Never be a stumbling block to progress. You must either lead or follow or just get out of the way. I have been asked to share some of my own life experiences with you. I was born, as it was said, in District 6, the slopes of Table Mountain. District 6 had a vibrant and colorful society, where harmony and respect for each other underpinned the morals of that caring community. In the 1960s and 70s, the bulldozers arrived and destroyed the physical structures and the ecosystem. Yet they couldn't destroy the spirit of the people. Yes, people were relocated, family, neighbors, friends were forcibly dislocated, and many fell by the wayside. It was hard. Our churches, our schools, our sports bodies and grounds, our drama and art societies, and our clubs were destroyed. We were resettled across the Cape Flats, and our community, as you all know, is still suffering from that devastation. Our community is still suffering from that devastation. Fortunately for me, I was a dreamer. But I was forced to get out of my slumber, lift myself out and reach for those dreams. I was also a survivor. In District 6 as a small boy, I would sell anything from newspapers to fruit and vegetables on street corners. Kreef doppies and snoek I sold on a door-to-door basis, and I carried trays of crisps and ice creams and peanuts in movie houses. I did not know then that those basic skills that I acquired would one day stand me in good stead to delve into the world of education, where I briefly taught for 5 years, and in business. I also used those skills to sell insurance, as has been said, at Old Mutual, and that was the lowest paying job. It was really a terrible job. You can't believe how hard that job is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm now a director of Old Mutual Emerging Markets, responsible for South Africa, all of Africa, Mexico, Colombia, India, and China. I'm also chairman of my own life insurance company, as has been said. You might wonder why, where did this all come from? It all came from our great leaders. Because in 1994, we gained political freedom. And I knew economic and business freedom would soon follow. The skills of selling that I learned as a small boy, those skills helped me to create a vision and a dream of an investment company listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And that dream is now Brimstone Investment Corporation, which is very close to my heart. It's an investment company proud of its strong roots on the Cape Flats. We now have more than 4,000 shareholders, direct shareholders, and more than 3 million beneficiaries, because we also have 25 NGOs as shareholders. We have more than 25 NGOs as shareholders who serve approximately 3 million of the poorest of the poor in South Africa. We believe very strongly that the circle of benefit must be increased and spread to all South Africans. We believe that we have to be profitable, empowering, and have a positive social impact. Yes, while we started and had our genesis in Athlone, down the road here, but now our shareholders stretch from Mitchell's Plain to Musina, and from Khayelitsha to Klerksdorp. And we also have some international shareholders. Our initial capital was 3 million rand. which we raised from our family and from our friends and from our community. We gave them 6 months to pay off the investment. We built Brimstone into a diversified investment holding company, which now has a market capitalization of 4.7 billion rand. The value of our company started on the Cape Flats. Is now 4.7 billion rand. I thank you. We don't invest in gambling or liquor. We pay dividends annually, and every year we have more than 300 people at our shareholder meetings. It is one of the biggest shareholder meetings in South Africa. Just last week, the Financial Mail wrote that Brimstone is the Rolls-Royce of black economic empowerment companies. Our investee companies employ more than 25,000 people. But that's enough of us. This is your day. This is your celebration. We are all here to celebrate you. I was asked to give some advice, some words of advice to the graduates embarking on the next leg of their life journey. You are only just starting out your journey. Believe in yourself and your dreams. Dream big dreams. You have to be a dreamer. You must have vision and a belief in yourself that you can do it. Be brave. Successful people see solutions to problems and are often innovators. They take risks and are positive by nature. They see the glass as half full and never empty. Be passionate. It sounds like a cliche, but I'm an entrepreneur, and that's the advice I give people. You have to get up every morning and motivate yourself. You must love what you do. Expand your knowledge continuously. This graduation is not the end of your education, but hopefully the start of continuous and further learning. Also take the time to teach others, because in teaching and sharing, you are also learning. The game of life and business is a team effort. I did not do this alone. Go work with people with high energy, who are clever and have integrity. Clever, high energy, but they must have integrity. If they don't have integrity, you can soon lose your pants. My partners Mustak Bray and Laurie Brosen, they temper my wild dreams. They are two accountants, the one from a very staunch Muslim and Indian background, and the other from a very staunch Jewish background. You might wonder how we get along. I can only tell you with absolute respect for where we come from. We all come with different baggage, but we don't impose it on one another. We don't load our bags and baggage and monkeys on the backs of others. We carry that ourselves. It is with respect that we have been able to build the company that we have. But we couldn't do it without our staff and all our support staff around it. We built a company that is much admired, much loved by its shareholders, because they see dividends every year and they smile when we pay out those dividends, which runs into tens of millions every year. I encourage you to keep a good company. Surround yourselves with individuals that you can learn from. Go meet with other professionals and graduates that you think are better than you. You will soon find out that they perhaps are not much better than you, but it's always good to admire somebody else and get guidance from them. I am told, and I know, there is no right way of doing the wrong thing. There is no right way of doing the wrong thing. Also, no great success comes easily. They say if you want to become an expert in whatever vocation you choose, you should train and practice for 10,000 hours at least. You mustn't be afraid of hard work. Remember, overnight success is never overnight. Hard work, honest and innovative and clever thinking all have to come together for you. It takes tough times, often sleepless nights to be successful. It has never been easy. You also need a bit of luck. But often you make your own luck. If you were to ask me, do you want to be a good businessman or a lucky businessman? I'll choose lucky every day. Gary Player says that the more you practice, the luckier you get. Don't give up. If you fall down, you have to pick yourself up again. In your mind's eye, you must see yourself being successful and collecting the winning prize. Give back to your family. Give back to your community and give back to your alma mater. In the words of our former President Nelson Mandela, in receiving an exceptional education, an individual embraces a responsibility to foster such opportunities for others. So when you receive and when you are graduated today, remember, in receiving an exceptional education, an individual embraces a responsibility to foster such opportunities for others. Let me challenge your alumni to be true to this responsibility and give back to the alma mater, to this great and wonderful institution, Cape Peninsula University of Technology. Other academic institutions in our city have built up reserves, and I don't know, Vice Chancellor, how much your reserves are, but UCT and Stellenbosch universities have reserves in their foundation in excess of 7 billion rand each. 7 billion rand each. Let us all commit right now to do the same for this university, to give back. We need to develop a culture of giving back to our learning institutions. The same institutions which has given us the means and enabled us to play a positive role in society. We must replenish the fountain from which we drew knowledge. I was speaking a few months ago to Vernon Philander. You know Vernon Philander. He's from this neighborhood, from Tiervlei. He's the world's best and he's in the world's #1 all-round cricket player. He's from here, he's from the Cape Flats. And he's formed his own Vernon Philander Charitable Foundation, a young man. I said to him, Vernon, wat gaan jy doen? What are you going to do? He says, Fred, while I'm on top of my game, I want to raise money to give to my nursery school, to my primary school, to my high school, and to the cricket club where I learned my cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, we have many successful people in our country. And you are on the brink of that, and you're going to make a great success. We have many great South Africans. Vernon is one of them. Siabalule Zuza is another young man from the Eastern Cape who has a minor planet named after him. I encourage you to go and Google Siabalule Zuza, a young man who has a minor planet named after him. We were speaking about Elon Musk, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor. Elon Musk, a boy from Pretoria, who developed the electric car, and he now lives in Silicon Valley. But most importantly, he now runs the logistics, or has won the thing, SpaceX. He runs the logistics for the outer space stations for NASA and for the USA. He has committed to land people on Mars in 2023. There is a waiting list. You can join the waiting list, but they say it's a one-way ticket. These are great South Africans, and you must follow in their footsteps. But when we speak of great South Africans, ladies and gentlemen, and when we think of the last 20 years of our democracy, we don't have to go and Google anybody. We don't have to go. You don't have to take examples from anywhere else, but in this room. Many years ago, a young man also sat here. He went out and he fought for our freedom, for our struggle. He was as young as you and maybe younger. He didn't ask for any remuneration or anything. All he wanted was freedom now, in my lifetime. All he said was, each one must teach one. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we don't have to look anywhere. But this great institution have a great son, a great alumnus, a person of, when we talk about the last 20 years, have been in the forefront of service to our society, to our nation, and to the world. Nelson Mandela appointed him as Minister of Trade and Industries. And then, after that, when he needed a finance minister, he didn't go to some finance economics person or a business person or accountant. He went to a graduate from the engineering school here at your university. That person became our Minister of Finance, the longest serving Minister of Finance of all Ministers of Finance across the world. He has numerous and multiple doctorates from universities across the world. He's our son, he's our brother. Let us rise and say thank you to Minister Manuel, to Dr. Trevor Manuel for the contribution of our... Let us all rise and say thank you to him. You make us proud, Trevor. You are what we want to become. You are what each and every young person in this room can become. We thank you because you've been a great example to us. Now, I've said just a little about him. Now you can go and Google him. And you will find many other things about him. He was chairman of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, for a short while. He was chairman of the Global Commission on Oceans, and currently he's delivered our plan for our country for the next 20 years and beyond as Minister of National Planning. Trevor, you do us all proud. You do this university proud. And we hope that in this class here of 2014, when they graduate, one of them, or two of them, or a few of them, will follow in your footsteps. Ladies and gentlemen, I also wish to mention and offer advice to the management here today, management of the university, that our academic institutions should foster closer business relationships with the private sector, relationships that go beyond your support, just support in the form of bursaries and scholarships. There is cutting-edge research taking place in our institutions, and these present opportunities which could be mutually beneficial to both institutions and to the private sector. These relationships could also spur on the creation of new businesses which could drive innovation and significant job creation. Imagine if we could utilize the intellectual property from research in this institution to create technology hubs and small businesses where the university, the researchers and other business partners and entrepreneurs work together to create commercially viable opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I take this opportunity to challenge our graduates to uphold the ethical values acquired from this institution, and to remember that they stand on the shoulders and owe much to the sacrifices of great South Africans, who gave much so that we can enjoy a democratic and free South Africa. As the graduates go out into the world, they must endeavor to serve society selflessly. They must strive to make South Africa a better place for all. Dream big dreams. Live a full, productive life. Live a life with excitement and passion. Do good for yourself and for others. I leave you with the words of our great leader and father of our democracy, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. a bright future beckons. The onus is on us, through hard work, honesty, and integrity, to reach for the stars. Ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate you. We celebrate you. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
When the Lord is called up your name, I'll be there. When the Lord is called up your name, I'll be there. When the Lord is called up your name. When the Lord is called up your name, I'll be there. When the Lord is called up your name, I'll be there. When the Lord is called up your name, I'll be there. When the Lord is called up your name. When the Lord is called up your name, I'll be there. Inkosifuna bayo no bendikona mina. Inkosifuna bayo dikona. Inkosifuna bayo no bendikona mina. Inkosifuna bayo dikona.